Hi everyone and welcome to vlog number 10. As you can see, I don't have Shaf here with me today. We've got a record number of personal training clients that we've ever seen in the last 6 to 7 years at Bodyplot. So Shaf is super busy this week with tending to clients and helping so many more people. So I am on my own today, but Shaf's rooting for me, and we are going to share with you today the benefits of fasting. So I have just completed a 3-day water fast. I had initially intended to do a 5-day water fast, but I reduced it down to 3. I'm going to share with you what my fasting journey looked like. I'm going to take you through day by day on what I experienced, and I'll also share with you my total reflections at the end of the journey. So you might be wondering, why did I do a water fast? The primary focus of Bodyplot is to help clients reach a healthy weight and a healthy mindset through a balanced diet, fitness, and overall look at all of our different lifestyle components such as stress, sleep, and lifestyle. So doesn't this sort of go against all of that? Well, no, actually, not entirely. Fasting is an old age tradition found in every single culture and religion in some way, shape, or form. And there is a reason for this. It wasn't just magically conjured out of thin air. Actually, there is a reason why so many cultures, traditions, and religions have adopted this as something quite pivotal to be done. A lot of research has been conducted in this area, particularly by Dr. Jason Fung, Dr. Longo, and also Dr. Pompa, who have all seen fantastic benefits of fasting and have really gone through reasons why fasting is such a great thing to adopt into your lifestyle. One thing that as human beings that we fail to remember is that our bodies are extremely intelligent. We don't actually need all these external things that we put into our body, medications and drugs, different surgeries, sometimes even certain foods and things that we put into our body. Of course, we are also doing and taking in things that we shouldn't really be doing, such as using digital devices a hell of a lot more, using chemicals in our detergents which we clean our kitchen tables with, and of course ingesting lots and lots of pollution from the air. Fasting is a great way of allowing your body to do what it's best at, healing and looking after you. Our primary purpose is to survive, and your body is an extremely intelligent ecosystem which does all these incredible things every single day to ensure that you can survive. So when we discuss fasting, it's about allowing your body to do just that. There's many reasons why one might choose to do a fast. The first being to balance out your glucose and insulin levels. The second, and I guess my favorite reason, is autophagy. Autophagy effectively means removing dead and bad cells and replenishing your body with good, healthy cells. See it almost like having a really dirty house, not putting anything in that house for a week, and completely doing a total spring clean, removing everything, dusting, hoovering, cleansing, and allowing your house to be beautiful, clean, and ready to accept new things, and actually allow those new things to be placed in the right places, and of course fit in the right way as well. So autophagy is about removing all these bad and dead cells out of your body to allow you to be more efficient, for your body's systems to work more effectively, for your immune system to strengthen, and for you to be able to perform as best as you can. And the third reason is epigenetics. That means turning on the good genes, turning off the bad genes, and turning bad genes into good ones. Now, so far, most fasting studies have been conducted on mice and not actually on humans in large quantities. I think very many clinicians would be wary to tell their clients and patients to fast. However, there have been plenty of case studies and so many people on this earth who have experienced such positive benefits of fasting. If you are going to be fasting, or you have decided to undertake any form of water fast or any form of fast, I would 100% recommend that you do this under your doctor's supervision and you don't try and do this all alone. Fasting should be done correctly and shouldn't be done haphazardly. There is a structure to it and there are do's and don'ts. So if you aren't familiar with this, do make sure that you are doing this under the supervision of an expert or a medical clinician. So I decided to do this water fast based on all these amazing health benefits that have come out of these mice studies, as well as all these human case studies as well. So I wanted to see how I would feel after doing a water fast. Whilst I believe that I have a pretty good diet, there are of course things that I did want to see an improvement in. So I kept a very open mind when doing this water fast, and I wanted to see how this would impact me, my body and my mind. Hey, so it's currently day 1 of my 5-day water fast. I have woken up and I am about to go and have a really big glass of water with some Himalayan pink salt and some apple cider vinegar. It's really important during this process to remember that it's not as simple as just fasting or not eating, just drinking some water. It's really important that you're looking after your overall health from mindfulness, trying to get in a bit of activity, but understanding and listening to your body with regards to what sort of activity, and lastly, looking after your health by means of ensuring that you're replenishing your electrolytes. So often a lot of people when they fast get very dizzy, get quite nauseous, and can feel a few cramps or a little bit of cold, etc. So it's really important that you're replenishing your body with electrolytes such as sodium, apple cider vinegar, as well as having a really good multivitamin, because minerals such as magnesium, calcium, zinc are really important on a daily basis, and particularly if you aren't getting in any sort of food, it's really crucial that you are getting in some minerals along the way. So I'm going to have a big glass of water with some electrolytes. I will keep you posted as to how day 1 goes. Hey everyone, so it's 4:10 in the afternoon. I've had a morning and an afternoon full of clients, and then I've got some evening clients and a bit of work to do, so I've decided to take a bit of a break and go for a walk. When it comes to this fast, I've decided to exercise, but the exercise will be not a routine nor structured exercise plan as I'm used to. It's going to be what I feel like doing on a daily basis, so that might be walking as I'm doing today, gym workouts, home workouts, cardio, yoga, Pilates. It's probably not going to be anything intense. A lot of case studies have shown people who are bodybuilders who lift heavy in a fasted state and who are fasting long term, they say that it actually really helps them. It helps them actually give them more energy during their workouts, and it also allows them to recover better from their workouts. Of course, there's no scientific research or evidence-backed research to show this, but a number of case studies and people's personal experiences have said that this is what happens when they are training and even lifting heavy in a fasted state. Sort of makes sense to me, because of course fasting is great for helping you generate new cells and for getting rid of damaged cells. So of course, if your system is operating better anyway, it's going to effectively and efficiently help you recover. And it's also going to be a case of you having these bright shiny new cells which can really help you be better, recover faster, lift better and perform better, more effectively during your workouts. So I decided to go for a walk today, being day 1, where I don't really feel up to doing an intense workout. I thought I'd pucker up the courage and go for a walk. It's not going to be a short walk, it's going to be about an hour and a half, which I thought would be good, and I'm staying local just in case I need to head back, which I don't think I'll need to, if I'm perfectly honest. I'm already finding this quite challenging actually. Not the hunger aspect, because yes, I'm hungry, but it's actually been okay. I've been able to manage without food, and I'm not feeling cranky or ravenous, and I've actually been able to perform with my clients and give and operate really effectively. However, this walk is sort of taxing already actually. Not feeling as energetic, feeling feeling quite hungry during this walk, and I'm feeling a bit more out of breath, but that's not a bad thing. I'm not going to say that's a bad thing right now at all. I just know that the first couple of days are going to be hard, like anything really. Anything you do which takes you out of the norm is going to be challenging initially. So I'm going to let my body ride the wave, and I'm going to keep drinking some water, because that's what you do when you want to see changes, and when you want something positive to occur, you must put in the work. Hey, so it has been my first official 24 hours doing this water fast, which is a great accomplishment. So hey, 24 hours done and dusted. So how am I feeling at this stage? Well, my stomach's rumbling, as you may have expected, but it's actually not a bad thing. One really interesting observation I've made is that whilst I'm hungry and my stomach is rumbling, I'm not craving anything. And that's really interesting, because usually when we live our day-to-day lives and we are hungry, we always think, oh, I'm so hungry, I could do with pizza, or I'm so hungry, I could do with a nice bowl of chips. So usually there's always a food associated with being hungry, whereas at this point I'm hungry, my stomach is rumbling, but I'm not actually craving anything. I haven't got anything in mind which I'm thinking, oh, I really want to have that. Equally, I've been in and out of the kitchen a couple of times and have looked at the food that's there, and actually I've been okay. Saying that, there has been 3 times today where I've really wanted something. So the first time was when I could smell something really nice from my kitchen, and I really then wanted just that. It was a masala vegetable sandwich being made, and I could just smell it. And they do say that when you are fasting, all of your senses are just heightened. So I could really smell it and I really wanted it. Second time is during my mid-afternoon snack. So I'm used to having a green tea and a packet of baked crisps. So around that time, my body naturally started going, oh, baked crisp time. So I naturally then really wanted some baked crisps. The positive benefit of doing this water fast is that I can combat all of those little habits that my body has just gotten used to over time. Your stomach is rumbling, it doesn't just mean that you're hungry. There are so many different reasons, from being thirsty to also just having a regular ghrelin response to eating some food. So ghrelin is your appetite stimulant. So ghrelin is what makes your body eventually go, oh, I'm hungry, go and get something to eat. And that usually takes place at kind of times where you've trained your body to expect food at that point. So perhaps you always take your lunch hour between 12 and 2, or perhaps you have dinner at 7 o'clock. Your body learns these responses and learns to expect it. So actually my body might be rumbling, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's dying and it's wanting food. It's just a natural thing that has come out of habit. The third thing is when I went for my walk, I passed a Subway. And I don't know about you guys, but Subway smells amazing. So there I'm back. I smelled a whiff of Subway, which was quite tough. But very quickly, that surpassed. How else am I feeling? Well, I am feeling quite tired. My energy levels have dropped quite a bit, and actually even whilst making this vlog, I'm usually very good at knowing exactly what I'm going to say, whereas I'm actually having to repeat myself 2 or 3 times every few moments, which you won't know because I've edited this video, but it's quite tough to remember everything that I want to say and connect my sentences. For that reason, I'm also getting a bit of brain fog, so just all my thoughts aren't as clear as they usually are. Quite tired in the sense of I'm yawning a lot, and that's quite a big thing for me because I don't get usually tired at this time, so that's a big thing. And I've actually been yawning since about 6:30, 7 o'clock, so that's another thing. I'm also feeling quite cold, so my feet and my hands are quite cold, and I'm now wearing this hoodie, which last week in this lovely weather, I wouldn't have been caught seen with. So that's another response. The other thing that I'm feeling at this stage is the ability to just say things quite black and white. So I can't describe it, but it feels like I'm just able to say anything, and I've kind of not got a filter, not in a bad way, but you know, even when I was having a chat with Shaf earlier, I was kind of just telling him what I was thinking rather than kind of thinking about what I was about to say and then saying it. So I'm actually speaking a little bit more directly and just kind of letting things out. Anyway, I'm going to get on with some more work. So I've just made myself a green tea, and I have also brought myself a large jug of water with some Himalayan pink salt as well. So I'm going to crack on with some work. I'm going to get an early night. So I'll let you know how it's all going tomorrow morning. Hey everyone, it's day 2. I've just woken up. Sleep was okay. I actually fell asleep a lot earlier than I usually would, and I think my sleep quality was actually better. I must have just been really low on energy, and therefore my body just allowed me to switch off and sleep, which was great. I have to say though, this morning's been tough. I woke up with a slight headache. I think I'm just dehydrated, so I need a bit more water. There's no really set rule when you look at a lot of things to do with fasting. Some people say drink a gallon, some people say drink 2 to 3 liters. There is so much mixed information out there. So what I've decided to do is drink as much as my body requires. So as a minimum, on a regular day, I usually drink between 2 and 3 liters, sometimes 4. So that's going to be my minimum. And then I've been having kind of water on top of that. So I'll keep topping it up as and when I feel. So this is a good indication that I actually need more water, so I'll drink more. I am definitely starting to feel a bit weaker, so I can feel a slight weakness in my face, my throat, my stomach. So these are the effects of no food, but it's only day 2 and I'm holding out. It's going to probably be a very challenging day. The good thing is I've got lots and lots and lots of clients today, especially new clients, and each new client consultation takes me 3 hours. So I'm definitely going to be having a day where my mind will be taken off this. I'm also teaching fitness classes this evening, so I most definitely will be out of the environment, i.e. my kitchen, so that hopefully I'm not feeling it too much, but I will keep you posted. Hey everyone, so it's 3 o'clock. I am midway through my clients. I've just finished my initial consultation with a new client. I have to say I'm actually feeling pretty good. It really is so true that the power of mind is everything. I was feeling quite low in the morning, quite hungry, quite weak, whereas right now I feel really strong, I feel good. Yes, I'm a bit hungry, and it doesn't help that I just posted a food post on my Instagram page, but otherwise I'm actually feeling really good. And it, like I said, it shows that your mind has such an influence on your body and the way you behave and the way you feel. So just by kind of immersing myself into work, I've actually found that I'm not actually feeling as bad as I was. So that's a real positive. I am sort of wondering at this stage how I'm going to get through the next 3.5 days, but I will. I'm dedicated and determined, and really I have been fasting for 41 hours. We're 41 hours down and we're doing good. So I've just left the class. I'm feeling quite low on energy, and actually I think this has been the toughest period that I've experienced yet. The last 2 to 3 hours have been quite hard. I've been very hungry, and just the smell of all the foods in my house is just excruciating. I've made a deal with all my loved ones that they have to cook me some nice food on Sunday, but I'm hoping that I can make my way through my fitness class and make it out on the other side, feeling a hell of a lot better than I am now. My energy is quite low, and yeah, I'm just feeling really hungry, like I'm actually feeling it, but fingers crossed I'll make it through. My energy will hopefully pipe up. I've been doing a lot of reading on water fasts, and I had done a lot of reading prior to me starting, and one thing that I commonly read was that when you're feeling low on energy, try and stay active, because actually your body has a really good way of providing you with lots of energy when you need it. But then if you try and relax and rest, your body will take that and make the most of actually resting, and your body will just dip. So I'm hoping that's going to be my case. So stay tuned. I'll let you know how I get through this hour. I've got 2 fitness classes tomorrow, so this will be a good indicator of how I'm doing today, and hopefully tomorrow's a better day. I've heard day 3 and day 4 are a lot easier, so keeping my fingers crossed. Hey everyone, so it is 1 a.m. on Wednesday morning. I am just about to head off to go to sleep. Just a bit of a catch up and a review. So teaching fitness classes was better than I thought it would be. Half, I think, was down to the fact that I am just extremely dedicated when it comes to my classes. So no matter what mood I'm in, whether I'm sick, whether I'm sad, I'll put on a smile and I will push myself to deliver the best class that I can. And this is not me blowing my own trumpet. This is just the knowledge I have of myself, and just from experience, what I know that I do. Like I said, anytime I'm sick, anytime I'm sad, I get up and I push. And I guess that leads me on to the second half, which is your body is capable of so much even without food. So you can actually generate so much energy even when you aren't eating. Remember, you have stores of energy around your body. You've got stores of calories absolutely everywhere, in your tummy, in your arms, in your legs. You've got stores of calories everywhere, which your body will utilize when it's not being fed any kind of external physical food. I did feel slightly dizzy, however, within the class at one point, so I stopped, I took a big deep breath, and then I was fine afterwards. I have to say though, after I taught my fitness class, I was ravenously hungry, really hungry, and I just so badly wanted a homemade cheese wrap. That's what I was craving. I was really craving it. And at that point, Shaf said to me, "It's okay, why don't you stop?" And he also mentioned to me that my face was looking quite pale. My eyes were looking a little bit lost, and he mentioned that just the way my skin looked and the way my face was, he could tell that I was feeling quite weak and was low on energy. So that's obviously something that I couldn't tell myself and couldn't actually feed back to you guys on unless he had told me. So that was interesting. But when he told me that I can stop, I had just had this huge mental dedication, and irrespective of feeling so hungry and feeling quite lethargic, I still had so much strength in my mind, and I said to him, "Nope, I am there, I'm going to do it, and I'm really dedicated to see this through." And that's what I'm going to do. So this evening I actually got a hell of a lot more work done than I did earlier in the day. I'm not sure why that was. Maybe a change in environment has really helped. I've moved out of my office and decided to work in my lounge instead, which perhaps really helped. I have to say I am feeling quite dizzy when I get up. That's probably quite expected. When you're not eating very much, your blood pressure does drop. So every single time I'm getting up, I'm sort of spinning a little bit. So what I'm trying to do is, before I get up, I'm trying to drink a glass of water with some Himalayan pink salt, and that just helps your blood pressure a little bit. And then when I do get up, I'm getting up a little bit slower and just catching myself before I then start walking. So it's all about just listening to your body, guys. Everybody's different, so my journey on this water fast is going to be entirely different to your journey. If you have done it or if you choose to do it, it is going to be very different. But you know, it's important to really listen to your body and just give it the TLC that it needs. Try and move slower if you need to. If you can't work out, don't work out. Today I chose not to exercise as I was delivering a fitness class in the evening, and I didn't know how I would respond or react to my fitness classes. So I didn't want to overexert myself potentially earlier in the day for me to then fail my clients and fail my class. So tomorrow is a new day. I'll see how I feel in the morning about working out. I am pretty active tomorrow morning. I've got a dentist appointment, so that's going to be a good way to take my mind off things. I have also got lots of clients tomorrow, and then I'm teaching 2 fitness classes in the evening. So a pretty active day, which if it's anything like today, that should help in terms of hunger levels and pangs. But we'll see how it goes. So wish me luck. I hope I have a good night, and I'll catch up with you guys in the morning.
Morning everybody, just off to the dentist. Have to say this morning's been quite tough. Last night was okay, although when I'm sort of waking up during the night, I find myself just staying up a fair bit, and it is quite prevalent that you haven't got anything in your stomach, which is a weird feeling when you're sleeping. This morning has been quite tough though, because I feel quite nauseous. I feel like if I look at another glass of water, I'm going to throw up. But let's see how the day goes. I'm really going to try my best. But yes, today is already tough, so let's see how it goes. So it's currently 1:15. This morning has been really rough, as well as this afternoon. I've had lots and lots of clients, but I've just not felt like I've got a lot of energy. I'm feeling extremely nauseous, and any kind of water I'm drinking, I'm now gagging, which isn't great. But I have to say that I have had a really good experience so far. There's a lot of mental clarity that you have. I also have a hip condition, which I found actually has improved over the last 3 days. So definitely positives, which I've experienced. Yes, there are little symptoms that such as feeling hazy, feeling nauseous, which aren't great, but it's part and parcel, right? When you want to achieve something, you have to put in the hard work, and it's not always going to be positive. There are going to be little things that perhaps aren't as enjoyable for you, but that's okay. So I've decided to break my fast, which I'm very excited for. It's important that the refeed process is done carefully, systematically. And again, if you are doing a fast, I definitely encourage you to do it under medical supervision and ensure that you're eating the right things when you are breaking your fast. So following the instructions from Dr. Fung, I have decided to break my fast with a couple of nuts, and I will also maybe have a clementine just to ease myself in. You most definitely do not want to overfeed yourself all at once. No matter how hungry you're feeling, it's important to chew slowly, chew enough times, and just eat a very tiny amount at first. Thereafter, I have made myself a raw vegetable soup. This is homemade using fresh vegetables, and this is going to be, again, really kind on the stomach. So, and that I will have maybe half an hour to an hour after having my initial meal. Volta Longo also suggests that you try and have more complex carbohydrates especially in your first few meals, and try and avoid, or not avoid, but limit protein and fats. And one of the last things that you eventually have is, and if you are a meat eater, to have meat, fish, and dairy. These are the last things that you would have in your refeed process. You would start with a couple of nuts and some fruit, then be having soups and complex carbohydrates, and then ending with protein and fats. The refeed process, some say to be refeeding yourself gradually over the exact same amount of days as you've been fasting. So I've done a 3-day fast, so a 3-day refeed. Not actually enough research to show what the adequate time is, so I'll be doing it gradually over the next 48 hours.
After completing the fast, my first meal was 5 almonds and an apple. I have to say, these almonds tasted better than they ever have before, which I'm sure was not surprising. But actually what was even more surprising is after I had the almonds and the apple, I actually didn't feel that hungry. It was a real shock. Once I had my soup, I was really satisfied. However, I couldn't actually eat as much soup and bread as I ordinarily would have. I had one small bowl of soup and I had 2 slices of bread. And after those 2 slices of bread, I was pretty full. I actually thought I'd be a lot more hungry and could actually eat 4 slices of bread, which I was happy to do, by the way. I easily eat 4 slices of bread ordinarily, but actually I was pretty full. Within about 10 minutes of eating my meal, I needed to rush to the toilet. Of course, when you're fasting, there is no food and also no fiber, so you do find yourself not being able to go to the toilet. I decided to reflect on my journey for 3 days before sharing my reflections with you. I thought it would be really good for me to be able to understand exactly how it impacted my body before I share these results with you. So first things first, I never ever did this water fast for weight loss. Yes, weight does go down and I lost about 3 pounds over the course of those 3 days. However, that was never my first intention, and that weight tends to be more water weight rather than fat. However, you do experience fat loss as well. Of course, don't expect this weight loss to be permanent, as usually when you start refeeding, you will experience the weight to come back more often than not. I have to say my biggest results were, number 1, for you ladies watching. Prior to starting my fast, I had a prolonged period of about 10 to 12 days. It showed no signs of stopping. As soon as I finished my water fast, my period ended immediately. And actually, I've had no spotting and no period thereafter, which has been, safe to say, a really good outcome. It's almost like my prolonged period was perhaps down to something going on inside of my body that I wasn't aware of. And what's nice to know is that my water fast perhaps did help in resetting certain aspects of my body, thus helping me end my prolonged period. Number 2. I have what we call ITB syndrome. That is, my IT band in both sides of my hips, particularly my right hip, is overstretched and tight, which causes pain around my hips and down my leg. I'm working on rehabbing this, and I'm also seeing a physiotherapist still the same. However, it is quite torturous. It causes pain for a lot of the day, and it also prevents me sleeping on either side, as well as causing pain overnight. However, over those 3 days, I actually found that my IT band pain was reducing. And actually, since I finished my fast, I have been able to sleep on both sides, which for me is a really positive outcome. After the last 8 to 9 months where I've not been able to sleep on either side, this has been a really big change for me and something really positive, where it feels like my body has been healing, which is amazing. It is one of the benefits of fasting that with the process of autophagy, your body is healing. It's removing all of the debris and focusing on healing areas of trauma inside of your body, as well as healing your gut. 3. My sugar cravings have reduced. Often we say that sugar cravings are down to an imbalance in your gut microbiome, and that often then causes cravings of chocolate, sweets, and other sorts of sugary products. In fact, for 3 months, I gave up chocolate, and I was hoping that during this time my cravings would reduce, but actually, my cravings were the same from day 1 to day 90. I was still craving sugar. That's not to say that I was eating it and I never caved, but I was still really craving some form of sugar, even if it was a piece of dark chocolate. Whereas over those 3 days and thereafter, I've actually not had any sugar cravings whatsoever. In fact, I've had an alarming amount of chocolate in front of my eyes repeatedly over the last few days, and I've actually not had an inclination to even want that, not even wanting a piece of dark chocolate. This to me helps me see that the water fast has really helped in healing my gut, which is such an important thing. Your gut is your second brain. It is in charge of so much and helps regulate things like mood, cravings, and so much more. Also, if you are experiencing a lot of bloat and things like that, a lot of people panic that it's an intolerance, or maybe IBS, or maybe they're developing some form of allergy. Whereas actually I've found that even though I'm eating really well since I finished my fast, I'm not experiencing any bloating. I'm actually feeling like I'm going to bed with the same sort of size stomach as I am when I wake up in the morning. That's huge, to not experience any bloat. As I mentioned, I eat fairly well anyway, but I know what my body is like from when I was eating well prior to the fast and when I'm eating well now. And actually I have to say that any form of bloating, even a little bit, has reduced since I've finished my water fast. Number 4, water fasting does also really help you appreciate the food that we have in abundance. We do take it for granted and often open our fridges and have so many things available to us, whereas a fast really does help you feel more appreciative and helps you be more mindful about the food that you consume and how privileged and lucky we are. Number 5. Since I finished the fast, I actually am finding that I've got more energy and more spring in my step. I wouldn't ever have classed myself as somebody who's lethargic, and I do have a natural energy anyway. However, I do find that has been enhanced since I finished the fast, and I'm feeling more inclined to get up and go, get lots of work done, and actually speak more freely, more openly, and actually with less brain fog, irrespective of the fact that I did experience some brain fog during the fast too. I'm quite an active person. I exercise roughly 5 to 6 times a week. I teach 3 fitness classes a week as well as personal training sessions, and of course, going on my own walks, teaching clients and coaching clients, etc. However, I've actually found that the water fast has given me a really good appreciation for rest. In fact, during my water fast, I didn't exercise whatsoever. Whilst there is an option to do this, I thought if I want to enhance my recovery and my healing, it would be best that I don't exercise to allow my body to really focus on healing rather than allowing my body to divert and focus on also my exercise and recovering from that. And actually, it's given me a new sense of appreciation for rest. It's given me an appreciation for not stressing my body out so much and raising my cortisol levels. Remember, exercise is a stress on your body. It's really, really good for you, of course, because it improves your stamina, it improves your cardiovascular health. Strength training, for example, increases your muscle strength and allows your bones to be stronger, as well as your joints to be stronger and well supported, and it helps you grow old, healthy and happier as well. However, as I mentioned, exercise is a stress on your body, and therefore it does raise your cortisol levels. Whereas I've actually found my body to be a lot less stressed this week, not just mentally but physically. It's very strange, and I don't think anyone will understand it until they've gone through a water fast themselves, in that your body just feels less stressed. And it's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. And I've actually decided to not exercise for the rest of the week because I was really enjoying this feeling. I will be exercising from next week. However, I will be more mindful now as to how my body is feeling and listening to it more. Maybe even taking an extra rest day during the week if that's how I feel. And we'll also be incorporating more lower impact activities into my lifestyle as well. Last but not least, I think this water fast has helped me just reiterate the fact that you have to go through the bad to get to the good. For example, many people experience lower back pain. This is due to the referral activity from changes in your kidneys, and I did experience the same, where my hips and my lower back were quite painful. And of course, I experienced brain fog. I experienced a real drop in energy. I felt nauseous at times. There were so many different things. Negative symptoms I felt that I was feeling. However, they do say that when you are doing a water fast and your body is healing, a lot of sort of negative symptoms do creep up, as that is a sign that your body is actually healing that area of trauma. And actually now to have gone through that and feel so positive at the end says to me and just reiterates to me that you must go through the bad to get to the good. Because actually I've been overwhelmingly so happy and I feel so positive that I have done this. And I am happy that I ended when I did, because I think it's given me a really good eye-opener for doing it again, and perhaps I will be able to stretch myself next time to 5 days. but it's also given me the encouragement to practice fasting more regularly. May that be once a week as Dr. Pompa suggests for a lot of people and does so himself, or whether that's once a fortnight. I would like to practice fasting a lot more often after seeing such wonderful changes, and I will actually be encouraged to perhaps adopt a 5-day, 7-day or a 3-day water fast, perhaps every quarter or twice a year. This video is by no means me encouraging you to do a fast, but simply a bit of an eye-opener into what my journey was like. I don't think that fasting should be categorized into the same thing as, a fad diet or something like that, because it's not. It is an ancient practice of healing, which has been demonstrated over and over and over again in its positive benefits amongst so many different people. And I think it should be treated with caution. It might not be for everybody, but I do think that it's a wonderful thing to be able to do, and actually a wonderful thing to experience, and hopefully see the positives from it too. I hope you enjoyed this vlog, and I hope it's given you a large insight into what a water fast really does look like and what's involved. Of course, if you do choose to do one, let me reiterate, please do this under the supervision of a medical clinician. And of course, if you do have any questions at all regarding water fasts or otherwise, please let us know. We would love to help. But please do share this video with your loved ones. Please subscribe, like, and I really hope that this helps. Have a lovely day, have a great week ahead, and if you do a water fast, good luck and let us know how it goes.